Hello, I'm Gino. Welcome to Dazzle TV. I'm here with my good friend Clyde from California. And this is the second part of our interview with Clyde.
Thanks, Gino. It's good to be here with you, here in Iloilo City.
Iloilo City.
Exactly.
And it's raining outside now.
Oh,
Earlier
no.
it was like really sunny. Now we're headed out to dinner. We're gonna do this video before we go out to dinner.
Well, you know, the great thing is that here, where we are, we can go to the mall and not be exposed to the rain.
Oh
we
yeah,
have
we
the
got that
walkway.
the walk bridge is like shaded, you know, it's got that roof,
Exactly.
so we're good.
It's
We're
very
good to go
cool.
there. You mentioned you're from California. What did you do in California, Clyde?
Well, you know, Gino, I lived most of my life in California, and so there were a wide range of things that happened to me there. I grew up there in first East LA, in the barrio, near the first projects in Los Angeles. They call it the Aliso Village Projects.
Wow.
The extremely poor people lived there. One side of the street was black, the other side was Hispanic. It was a very, very kind of dangerous place to be. So I lived in a really diverse area, which I think was good for me, because I got to deal with all kinds of people, Asian, black, Hispanic, white. It was a blessing in disguise. Then I went to high school, inner city LA, in the downtown part, and finished there, went to college in Santa Barbara, which was eye-opening because there was no diversity. There's almost no Asians, no minorities, and it was very different for me. But the people were so friendly, I learned to adapt, and again, it was a great experience.
I could imagine because you know, Los Angeles. I'm familiar with Los Angeles. I could just imagine coming from the barrio, then all of a sudden going to Santa Barbara, which is like totally different environment.
Absolutely. And I skipped a step because after the barrio, I actually lived for a stretch in South Central, which is primarily black. Manual Arts High School, Compton, South Central, near the Crenshaw Square. And so I had that experience. So after college, I went to Japan to teach for 3 years and experienced another kind of culture, which was great because my mom's Japanese, my father is, well, my stepfather was black, but my biological father was English. So it was a great experience in Japan, teaching there. And then I came back to California, went back to school, and raised my family, went back to Japan a second time for work, then returned to California until my kids finished college, and now I'm an empty nester. And that's when I started thinking about the next step in my life. And the Philippines just seemed like such a great, seamless step for me because I find this country so fascinating. As I said before, the history, the people, the culture, the music, everything.
Yes.
Even the food, except for balut.
Yeah. Many people don't try balut, so don't, you know. Yeah.
It's rough. I saw the little, right? You see the wings and stuff. It's kind of hard, but and the dinuguan, that's kind of different. The blood stew.
Yes.
But I had a great experience in California, growing up there. It's the land of opportunity. You know, because you went to Long Beach High.
Yes, you know, I graduated from Long Beach, and with living in Los Angeles, that area, you become street smart fast.
You have to, absolutely. You have to know that whatever's around you, you know, could be a threat. If you see some folks walking to you that have a certain swagger, you don't want to look them in the eye. You know, in some areas, you don't even want to wear a certain color.
Yes.
Whether it's red or blue, or, you know, it's just, it's amazing. So you have to know these basic things to survive. So in Japan, it's not like that at all. I feel safe in the Philippines as well, though I know there are pockets where, you know, you have to be careful.
Yes.
So, growing up in LA and having the California life experience set me up for.
You're prepared for anything. I mean, what you experienced growing up in East LA, you know, that's a preparation here for the Philippines. You're
Absolutely.
street smart, and you know, because I've seen it. You know, I've seen the life in Los Angeles, so you won't have any problems here in the Philippines because
Absolutely.
I know you're street smart.
And you know, I would feel comfortable in LA going to the barrio, going to El Tepeyac in East LA, having a Manuel's burrito, or going to Leo's Ribs near Adams and Crenshaw.
Or having Tommy's Burger.
Oh, exactly. That was right by my high school.
Hey.
Oh, you know something?
Yeah.
If for the people out there in Dazzle Land, if you haven't had a Tommy's Burger, you don't know what a real burger is.
Exactly,
Right?
exactly. It's the only chili burger that I know of.
Exactly.
I've never had chili burger anywhere in the United States. Tommy's Burger is the only one I know.
And the way we used to eat it was they serve you this burger, you know, in a bun with the lettuce, tomatoes, and we'd get some jalapeno peppers on the side. And you bite into your burger, then you grab a jalapeno pepper. You take a bite to get that spice.
Yes.
And here's what they had at Tommy's Burger. They had industrial strength paper towels. Because if you dropped the chili in your clothes, it would burn a hole. So your clothes, you had to wipe it up quickly or there would be severe clothing damage done. So yeah, Tommy's was amazing. And all those experiences made it a true blessing. But California has, and the US in general, has really changed. And for me, it no longer really suits my needs. So that's why I'm here in Dazzle Land with my good friend Gino, experiencing a different way of living.
Are you here in the Philippines now for good?
That's a good question. At this point, I'm still in the search mode. And looking at YouTube videos has been really helpful. However, it's not quite the same as being here.
Exactly,
So,
exactly.
like when you're here and you're in Iloilo City as we are, you get to confirm what I've learned from your videos on Iloilo, but to be here and feel it and see it, it's a different kind of experience. So you have to really try different places, I think, to get the idea as to where is best for you. So, you know, you have big city, Manila, Cebu, Davao, you have medium-sized cities, Iloilo, Bacolod, smaller places, Surigao, maybe Jansan, and then you have the province, where you're going, you know, like out into the barangays,
Yeah, rural.
the rural areas,
yeah, the
which
rural
is,
area.
it's a different animal.
It is. You know, it's
Some-
like until you see the rural areas, you know, it's like it's hard to picture.
Absolutely. But what I would suggest to people is to go to each area, because to learn about the Philippines, you have to really know where most of the people live, and I think that's in the rural barangays.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, that's where most of the poverty is. And if you're only going to Makati, you're saying a very small segment of what is Philippine
The
culture.
Philippine culture. So, do you still have a home in California?
I gave it up. I actually, when my younger son left the house and was on his own, I saw him drive away in his car to his job near San Francisco. And as his car bended the curve and I saw him disappear, I just felt my heart drop into my knees. And I went back into the house and realized I needed a change. I could not stay in that house with all my kids gone and just me and the hollowness of that empty house. So at that point I realized I had to go in a different direction. So I packed my bags and, you know, I left California for good. That's it for me.
All right, all right. So, what does your son think or your family think about you coming here to the Philippines?
I think they're glad they got rid of me. Right? Come on, you know, I had 3 kids, they were all independent. And of my 3 kids, each of us have a closeness of relationship that's different. You know, one of my sons I'm not that close to, the other 2 I am, but they're all independent. And I think they want what's best for me, so they don't need me to helicopter them. They want me to get out there and live my life. So they're okay with it. And so sometimes you have to let go, Gino, and you know, just keep pushing against the boundaries, right? You can't be happy if you're not pushing forward into a place where you're fearful, uncertain, and where you don't know if it's going to work out. You got to keep pushing forward, or your life will become stale.
Stale.
And that's where I was.
I see that. I see that. You know, it's like you got to refresh your life. You know, you got to bring
Absolutely.
some joy to it again, because it gets repetitious.
Exactly. And let's face it, at this point in our lives, if you're older, you know, in your 50s, 60s, 70s, the hourglass is filling up with sand at the bottom. So whatever time you have left, you really want to make sure you got your ladder up against the right wall and that you're climbing in a good direction. And so if you're not a little bit afraid, if you're not a little bit on the edge, then I think you got to recalibrate and be more ambitious. That's how I kind of look at it.
All right.
So it's all good, and I want to thank you, Gino, for being a friend and a partner in my Philippine
we're
adventure.
brothers now, man. You know, I told
Absolutely.
you earlier, you know, we're brothers now. That if you need anything here in the Philippines, you know, I'm here. You know, it's like anything happens to you here, I'm there.
Thank
I'm
you,
a
brother.
one call away. I'll jump on the plane wherever you are here in the Philippines.
That really helps add a layer of comfort to me. And for all of you folks out there in Dazzle Land, just remember, your dreams can come true. This can happen to you. You could be right here sitting next to Gino in Iloilo, who knows where, maybe in Aklan, Boracay, right? And sitting
Yeah.
down and just comparing notes.
Just 2 bros.
Just 2 bros.
Just
right?
2 bros. Just having a good time.
Exactly. So this could be you. Gino is here.